Oh my gosh, guys. So, I got a battle against Haydunn, the Haydunn, the like the real Haydunn. No lie. So, yeah, he tweeted out that he wanted to battle and I was like, "Oh my gosh." And it was like I was at work still and I was like nervous that I wasn't going to be able to battle, but he waited around a little bit and we got the battle in and it was awesome. So this is a UU battle. Now he's bringing a lot of not UU Pokemon, and he also said that he hasn't battled in a long time. So, yeah, coming in, he's got Ambipom, Electrode, Hitmonchan, Aggron, Reuniclus, and Moltres. And out of those, I think that it's just like Ambipom and Aggron that are actually UU. I'm not even sure Ambipom is. So, I should be coming in with an advantage, but Hayden has been battling a lot longer than I have. Well, at least a lot more than I have lately. So I've got my UU team. It's the same one I've been using on my stream and everything. So yeah, really exciting. And let's get right into the battle. And yes, oh, I want to say a big thanks to Hayden for battling me. I was, uh, yeah, it was sweet. I was so excited. So he's gonna lead off with his Moltres, and I lead off with Smarf, my Flygon, who I usually lead off with. Now I'm thinking there's no way he's gonna stay in. Everybody knows Flygon has like always runs a Choice Scarf and has uh, Stone Edge. So I go for a U-turn, but he stays in, and I'm like so surprised. But he called my bluff and he just stuck around, and I send out Megatron because I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's just gonna go for a Fire Blast, and he knew I would U-turn. So Megatron takes that fairly well. It's not gonna be a 2-hit KO, but it's gonna be really close, even with the Mega Evolve. Um, so he's go ahead and switches out into Hitmonchan, and I just Mega and went for a Water Pulse. Didn't want to overpredict, and looking at his team, he didn't really have anything that was going to be able to switch into this Blastoise too well. So I go for the Water Pulse, and hits him kind of hard, but it's not going to be a 2-hit KO, especially with leftovers, and I don't get the confuse, which I don't think I've ever actually gotten anyone confused with Water Pulse, so sometimes I'm wondering why I run it, but yeah, he must be specially defensive because he took that really well. So I switch out because I don't want to. I want to keep Blastoise healthy because he's kind of. I'm thinking he's gonna be my answer to Moltres. So I switch into my defensive Ferrothorn, and now I'm thinking there's not really any reason to set up Stealth Rocks because I'm pretty sure the reason why people use Hitmonchan is because it strangely gets Rapid Spin now. So I don't even bother. I just go for a Volt Switch, which turns out really well because he sends in the Moltres. And so I get a little tiny bit of damage off, but more importantly, I get Switch Initiative with the Volt Switch. So I scared him off with my Blastoise the first time, so I'm thinking why not just go straight back to Blastoise. So that's what I send out. Oh, I'm a liar! I send out the Goodra. So Puddles comes out here because he's shown me the Fire Blast, so I know he's especially offensive. Um, and then he switches out to the Ambipom, but I went for a Draco Meteor just to get damage off, and it yeah, it finishes off the Ambipom. So that's always nice when Goodra manages to take somebody out and stick around to do a little bit more. So he sends out his Optimus, which it's funny because I have Megatron as my Mega Blastoise, and he has Optimus on his team as the Aggron. So I think that's kind of funny. So I switch in Ferrothorn or Fortress because Aggron usually can't really do much to Fortress. He might have like Iron Head, Heavy Slam. They don't usually have like a fire move. Maybe Earthquake would probably be his best, but yeah, I take that Iron Head really well, and I think now is when I go for my rocks because he does have that Moltres, and I definitely want to take a big chunk out of that because it seems to be something like I mean, shiny Moltres is pretty cool. Seems like it's something that he's really banking on getting a lot of mileage out of. So Stealth Rocks are going to be nice as long as he can't spin them away with his Hitmonchan. So he paralyzes me. I don't really care too much about that. I just go straight for the Volt Switch though here. Nothing else to do really. So he sends out his Hitmonchan and he's looking to do the Rapid Spin off. Now I wonder how much I didn't calc the Gyro Ball, but you know, with me paralyzed, that might have done a decent amount of damage, especially since he's specially defensive. But I still go out for Alakazam, and there's no way he's going to take a Psychic for my Alakazam. So he's going to switch out of here and send out his Reuniclus. Now, Reuniclus is obviously going to resist that and not take very much damage at all. I don't get a special defense drop. He's got leftovers, and he doesn't take damage from Stealth Rock there, so he must have Magic Guard. But, you know, in this battle of Magic Guard Psychic types, he's going to end up winning. So I just go out to Puddles. Still at full HP, ready to rock and roll. Took down the Ambipom. Takes that Shadow Ball like it's nothing. Nada. And he gets his leftovers recovery, and I don't think this Side Shock is going to be good for me. I don't have very much physical defense, but yeah, something that's nice about running Puddles on this team, the Goodra, is that Dragon Tail can be pretty handy. If you're in a matchup where you're like, don't really think this is where I want to be, you can just Dragon Tail people out and go for the Flamethrower without my special attack drop. It actually does a really nice chunk of damage, and I overpredict here and go for the Dragon Tail, which is why he outspeeds me, because he has no business outspeeding me. But yeah, just go for another Flamethrower there, and if I had done that in the first place, then I still would have over half HP. I just thought he was gonna switch there. I didn't know he would be willing to sack off his Aggron there. So he sends out his Hitmonchan, ready to Rapid Spin. And I go for the Draco Meteor, trying as hard as I can to keep him from rapid spinning, but he lives it with just a little sliver. And he's going to be able to get the rapid spin off. And actually get the rapid spin kill. How often do you see that? Rapid spin for the kill. Not bad, not bad. Puddles already had -2 special attack and was at 9 HP. And I believe he has Stealth Rocks up too, so that's not too bad. Wasn't going to do much else. So I sent out the Alakazam again, threatening him out. Obviously, this is a Focus Sash Alakazam, one of my favorite Pokemon in UU. So I go for the Shadow Ball, predicting him to go into the Reuniclus, and if he wants to stay in, he can't take the Shadow Ball anyway. But that's not even going to be a 2-hit KO with leftovers. And again, I don't get a special defense drop, which is fine, because it's a pretty low chance. But I don't want to stay in and take a Shadow Ball and lose my Sash. So I go out to Fortress, partially because I'm thinking, you know, if I can get rocks up, that's nice, but otherwise, I don't need Fortress that much at this point. His Aggron is gone, his Hitmonchan is gone, his Ambipom is gone. He only has special attackers left, and so Fortress doesn't have too much left to do here. I'm going to try and get Stealth Rocks up here while he switches into the Moltres. So, like I was just saying, Fortress is kind of done what he needs to do. I get the Stealth Rocks up one last time, but he's gotten his Moltres in safely around that. So I'm not gonna bother switching anything in to take a Fire Blast. I'm just gonna let this Fortress go down. Now, if he had missed the Fire Blast, I went for Volt Switch, which would have been awesome. But you know, it's good. This battle was not very haxy. I can't think of too much that really seemed like it would sway one way or the other. So I send out Megatron, and he goes for a Fire Blast, but with my Mega Evolution, I do live with enough HP to hit him back with a Water Pulse and take down the Moltres, which is awesome, because that Moltres was a big threat. Man, shiny Moltres, though, it is... I don't know what to call that thing. It's so pink. It's just so pink. He sends out Triangle, which is weird because it's a circle. But hey, you know, I'm not judging. Now I switch out into Smarf, and this could have been the worst thing ever. He goes for Hidden Power, predicting me to go into Smarf, but he doesn't have HP Ice. So it's just a neutral hit. But looking at that damage, I don't think that was a quarter of my HP, so I would have lived, but not by much. So Smarf's in here, ready to roll. I really had no reason to switch out of the Blastoise, though. I forgot that Stealth Rocks was up. I was thinking that I could send him in to Dark Pulse the Reuniclus, but with Stealth Rocks up, that's not going to work. So I just get an Earthquake off on the bubble and do about 35-40% to him. Hits me back with a Psyshock. We're both it looks like what's going to happen is I'm just going to get one more earthquake off, and then he's going to kill me with this ice shock. If he did have HP ice though, I wouldn't have been able to take more than one ice shock. So he would have about 65% instead of about 30%. So I still have my Alakazam and Cloyster at this point, and the Blastoise. And again, I forgot that Stealth Rocks was up, so I switch in the Blastoise here to Dark Pulse. But then I'm like, oh derp, Stealth Rocks dead Megatron. Oh, sadness. So much for that plan. But I go ahead and send in Bajingo the Cloyster, and obviously Cloyster's not going to be able to do anything to uh, the Triangle Electrode. So I can just finish off Bubble, and I guess I could have gone into Alakazam and just gone for a Shadow Ball, but it seemed safer to do it this way because now what I can do is I can get an Ice Shard off on the Triangle, and I don't think that the Psychic would have been able to do, what is he at, like 85? I don't think Psychic would have been able to do that much. So it's really important that I get the Ice Shard off here so that, you know, that I can come in with the Alakazam and finish him off. So he's going to outspeed me, obviously. And I don't know if I would. Can I take a Thunderbolt? Let's see. I mean, I know I have the Sash, but oh, you know what? That's not even a two-hit KO. So it wasn't that close actually in the end, but it was a great battle anyway. Thank you so much to Haydunn for battling. I've been watching his videos for a really long time, and it's so awesome to get a battle with him. And so yeah, so that's the battle. Thanks again, and thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. See you later.